Hey guys, welcome to my late night Sunday stream. So if you like what you see, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. If you don't like what you see, then take off and have a good day. It was nice knowing you. And tonight's not going to be that long. I'm super tired. And as you guys know, I have a pretty big day tomorrow. I have my tattoo. So we're still running my tattoo money honey fund. All tips, my retainer just popped out. All tips, much appreciated. All right, this retainer's not working. No retainer tonight. All right. Now I forgot what I was going to say. Oh. All tips much appreciated. I also have my genetics test tomorrow. So tomorrow's a pretty big day, so I'm going to go to bed early. I've been painting Dayton's room all day, and oh my fucking God. Don't ever change a room from black to white. What a fucking nightmare. I have gone through 3 gallons of paint. Literally, 3 gallons of paint. Why are you such a pain? 3 gallons of paint in one room. It's insane. I should have bought at my pods. It would have been cheaper. Ugh. Alright. So my, just so you guys know, my, tattoo fund has nothing to do with tonight's live. But since I'm getting my tattoo tomorrow, all tips are appreciated. But I had to address this tonight because I used a primer and 3 coats. It's crazy. But I have been hearing so much about Chris McDooch, and it really surprises me that people haven't heard this before. The video that he struck me on, I think I may have deleted because I've looked through everything and I don't see it anywhere. So I'm thinking that I probably deleted it. I don't know why I would have deleted it because it was a pretty intense live. But I don't see it. I checked all my channels. That's actually why I was late tonight, because I was going through videos trying to find this stuff. But after looking through a couple of videos, I did find some interesting stuff of when I called him out, all the way back to 2021. And it's funny, because one of the videos I found, Tiffany actually called in defending him. So I hope she hears this, because it was really pretty funny. And we almost got into a big fight over it. And I was like, he is a dick. And she kept sticking up for him. I don't know why, but she did. But I found where I called him out on the bullshit. And I honestly think this was the second one that I called out. There had to be one before. I just didn't want to, first go live at midnight going through everything. But I do speak about it in this one. And I cannot believe that video only has about 3,800 views. And it really makes me wonder. All these haters that lie about me and say all this shit, maybe that's why people aren't hearing. I said the same thing about Cam and Allie. I said... Oh, by the way, before I forget, today is also Sweet Carolyn's birthday. So everyone, I don't know if she's here or listening, but Sweet Carolyn, happy birthday. You have the same birthday as Dayton. I didn't want to forget. Okay. But it really pisses me off that... No, Crystal, I know. That's why it's pretty funny. So the fact that now all of a sudden people are calling him out, people should have called him out when I did 2 years ago. Instead of sticking up for him, and I don't mean Tiffany, I'm saying in general. I feel like so many channels have no other content, like there's no other cases out there, so they're just going to keep discussing Summer Wells until they're fucking blue in the face. Newsflash, there's nothing to discuss. If Don and Candace, and again, I said this from the beginning, if Don and Candace could have been arrested, they would have been. If the police thought that they truly murdered their child or did something with their child, they would be in jail. So obviously, 2 years later, they're still free. So people putting them on this platform just to destroy them, they're not the ones with the problem. You guys are. The creators that will not stop harassing them, you're the problem. Putting out lies that Chris McDooch put out 2 fucking years ago. Why is nobody talking about that? Why is nobody talking about what a fucking asshole Chris McDooch is? Why isn't anyone saying what I said in 2021? Let's talk Michael Crow case. Let's talk Michael Vaughn? No, Michael Crow. Let's talk about what an asshole Chris McDonough is. Let's talk about his lengthy history of putting himself in high-profile cases. Everybody thought, one of the videos I have, Chris was, had 12,000 viewers in his live. And he was completely lying to them. It was back in Brian Laundrie days when he falsely accused somebody on Twitter. How come nobody talks about that? I'm sorry, but Chris McDooch has done more illegal things than Don Wells has in the last 2 years. But yet some people want to hang Don Wells and yet speak totally freely about Chris McDooch. Make it make sense, people. So let me show you what I found from April 7th of 2022. And again, this was the second time that I played this. I'm sorry you like Chris, Jan. That's, maybe you should go get psychological help. Well, Jam, you may want to stick around then because you're going to get some facts. And facts are something that many people don't like because it doesn't fit their narrative. That's that. I'm trying to get it for both. Yeah, I personally, the ADHD, Adderall's done me fine for years. I've been on it, 12? You guys need to tell me, because I'm starting to lose my shit. What I mean by that is, you get seeds-off strawberries from the store and grow them. You can really do that? I didn't know you could do that. I've heard people say you can do that. I didn't know you could do that. Alright. I tried listening to Chris McDonough today. It lasted a whole 5 minutes. I'm going to explain why. Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm the one that's wrong. But I give you a little scenario. Somebody said, it doesn't matter who, but somebody said, and it was confirmed, that Don Wells was read his Miranda rights. This was put out by Chris McDonough, who then transferred it to thousands of people. Tens of thousands of people. The second I saw it, I said, bullshit. Unless he's being transferred to Utah, that's a lie.
Tennessee cops do not read him Miranda rights for Utah. So someone I know dug into it a little. The real story is that Utah cops, and if Chris knew this much, why didn't he give a follow-up? Why is he letting people believe that Don's going to jail? Don's not going to, well, he's in jail, but nothing's going to happen to Don. Cops came in from Utah. They may have read him as Miranda rights, I don't know, but the cops came in and said, there's not much we're going to be able to do, but we just wanted to talk to you, and they talked to him. That's it. No arrest. He's not being transferred to Utah. He's not being shipped to Utah. The Utah police.
What's wrong with my microphone? Which microphone is? Mine right now or when I play the video? Which one is in 1920s radio? Which one? It's the recording. Okay. You guys scared me there for a minute. Alright, from the video. Alright. Because I was like, this is a fucking super expensive microphone. I'll freak out. Alright, it's a video. Yeah, my old sound sucked. I apologize.
This came in and spoke to Don. This is fact and verified. So I see people running with all of Chris's lies when they're nothing but lies for views and numbers. Because if I was able to verify that I was right, then Chris knows and is not telling anybody. He doesn't want anyone to make it like he did something wrong or that he really can't help the sisters. So he's making everyone believe that Don's being shipped to Utah to be booked. Not happening, people. Not happening at all. And again, I said this a week ago, and the second I heard it, I said it was bullshit. Now, what I didn't know, I did not know that Utah police came to Tennessee to speak to him. That I didn't know until today. But the fact that, once again, Chris is wrong and spreading false information that's spreading all over the place is fucked up. I used to respect Chris. I may not have liked him, but I respected him. But now I see this is all for views. All for views. And it seems like so many people do not care about the truth. They don't want to hear the truth. They want to hear whatever conspiracy fits their thinking, whether it's rational or not. And that bugs the fuck out of me. I agree, Amber, but it does. It bugs the fuck out of me. Getting Mary's and Jean's hopes up. Exactly right. For views. Sensationalism. So, I tried listening tonight for a couple of minutes. I couldn't do it. Chris came into this scene way later than I did. And he's almost at 100,000 subs. And that pisses me off. He's got way better track record of life behind him than I do. Well, I'll give him that. I'll never take that away from him. Many years as a cop, which is something I don't have. And I own that. Which is why I get so frustrated listening to him tell lies and never a follow-up. And then tonight, when I tried listening, he speaks to everybody like they're fucking idiots. And people throw money at him. And people throw memberships at him. Is it just me? Is that how people want to be spoken to? Do people want to feel like they're such idiots and they need almighty Chris to tell them every fucking detail in a story? I don't get it. So I wonder if it's me. I give my audience the credit that they're smart. I give my audience the belief that they can see through, they can read between the lines. So if I miss out one little detail, they could figure it out. Or if I come back to it, they're smart enough to figure out, oh, she meant this there. Do I go through things too fast? That people skip over that the truth is right there? Is my presentation wrong? I don't know what I'm doing so wrong that I give people too much credit. Some I do. I assume, and maybe it's just me, but I assume that people can see humor in certain things. I assume that people understand sarcasm. And I know what they say about assume. But I seem to do that often. Am I going too fast for people? Like, should I go through a lot more details? Should I slow things down? I don't know. That's why I'm asking you guys. The community has lost its mind. I agree. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't listen to people that talk to me like I'm a fucking moron. And I give you a better example. I was listening to Ickmill. I know I said his name wrong. Ickmill. Talking about the Bosley trial. And then played it. And understand. Because I don't. From my standpoint, it's frustrating. Because I don't like talking to people who tell you how you should wipe your ass every day. Okay? Bye-bye. You're too stupid to be in this chat. If that's what you just got out of what I just said.
Tattoo money, honey. Thank you, Rhonda. So I don't know if I go back to Chris on this, but this had to be a second video. I can't find the first one where I called his ass out for lying about what he was doing with Don's sisters or whatever. But this just goes to show you, this was like 18 months ago. Why are people first calling him out now? Why weren't people calling him out back then? And I got annihilated. I'm telling you, fucking annihilated from the Summer Wells community. How dare I speak against Chris? How dare I go against Chris? How dare I fucking say that he's not God Almighty? And yet, people came at me. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yo, don't hit subscribe. I try to tell them, but they do it every time. I tell them it's a problem, but they acting like it's fine. I'm begging them to stop, but they leave me with a like.
I guess I gotta be on this screen in order for a super chat to work. Denise, you were around back then. I saw you in the comments. It's fucking crazy to me that people have no issues with this, and they're still running with it. The lab is still running with this nonsense. I don't get it.
He is very passionate, but people like Kelly Gibson, they are
If you can find it, Amber, I will love you for life, because I could not. So please, if you could find it, I am all ears.
Chris's wet dream. They are the people that Chris caters to. They are the people throwing money at Chris. Right there. Her comment, right there. It's free to be an idiot. That's true too. Good point. If I become a favorite creator, no matter what I say, I'm right. In your eyes, then you'll support it. The more that buy-in, the easier to sell the masses. It's true. Tip for you, I don't like people who are demeaning or patronizing. People make excuses for cops and allow things they want from anyone. I'm telling you, they throw it at him. He doesn't correct any speculation because he knows he wants to be on top. He wants to be the guru. And I'm sorry, but a lot of people do know the law, even if they're not ex-cops, or understand things without being an ex-cop. And I don't know why he didn't straighten it out. I really, truly don't. Thank you, Amber. I'm not sure this is a net positive anymore. Oh, I know. He will never apologize. Seems like a lot more idiots than us smart people. Absolutely, Zelda. Absolutely. You know,
Fluffy, I totally agree with you. This video is from 2022. Next, I'm going to play one from early 2021. And it's insane, or late 2021. It's insane to me that it just went under the water. And now people are calling, why are you calling him out now? It's been fucking 2 years. Nothing's changed. He's still the same piece of shit. By the way, is the sound better? I lowered the gain on it. So hopefully the sound is better.
again, I say, not for nothing, but how did Benny Keys all of a sudden become an icon? Or the Glera? You know, how's Michael Long doing the Glera? Like, I just can't with these people. And the way people change, flip-flop overnight, like, they're this, they're that, you know, they're so this. And meanwhile, they don't give a fuck. They're just using these people for views. And it's sick to me. No, I kind of like him. Some stuff I like. I like his style, though. A lot of folks on YouTube have had run-in with the laws, say the least. It's true, too. Good point. But you know what I'm saying? It's just, I'm like, all these people that were throwing Molly, throwing McDonough. It's the same crew. Me neither, Sherry Ann.
All right, video number 2. Now, this one was from, I forgot the date. Hold on. September 26th of 2021. We're going back over 2 years ago. 2 fucking years ago.
And you're fucking lying to them, and if you...
I didn't know my sound was off. I was like, wait, what's wrong with my sound? Yeah, Spitfire. It seems that everybody's calling him out now or wants to call him out now or something. I'm not totally sure. But Tiffany had said to me that she wanted my old stuff to go after him. And I'm like, why are you going after him now? I honestly, I haven't watched him. I don't even know what the fuck he's doing. But I do see the lab consistently using stuff
you can hear me,
that
right?
McDonough says. We got sound back? Alright, so first let me say welcome, welcome, welcome. Let me repeat my intro again. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is PURPLEXEDQT. Thank you, Rhonda. Exactly. I'm gonna get to all that. So, welcome everyone. If you're new to my channel, hit that subscribe button. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. I do have subscribers on, but you only have to be a thing like 5 minutes. A subscriber for 5 minutes. So, how you guys doing tonight? I did not plan on going live again, and then I got a whole bunch of emails while I was trying to wrap something. I got a whole bunch of emails. You got to check out Chris. You got to go to his channel, blah, blah, blah. So here we are. So let me just say this. I am not one to bash any other channel. I didn't do it on the channels that deserve to be bashed. I'm not going to do it on other channels. But when you have somebody that pulls in 12,000 people on a live, and you're using blatant clickbait, and you're fucking lying to them, and if you don't know this isn't Brian Laundrie, then you should not have ever been a fucking detective. I am not a detective. I have never been a detective. I play one on TV. I never even played one on TV. I play one on YouTube. At no point do I have any credentials of being a detective, other than knowing Stephen Avery and Brendan Dassey are innocent. But all bullshit aside, I don't have any credentials of being a detective. He does. And I cannot believe that he would actually go live with 12,000 people in his live and spew this bullshit. I expect it from J, K. Those kind of people, I would expect this kind of clickbait. This kind of bullshit. Not somebody who's supposed to be reputable with 12,000 people in their live. All I'm going to say is Michael Crow. That's all I got to say. That sums up Chris McDonough. He does get a ton of traffic. Tons of traffic. But if you go to... I don't want to jump too far ahead. This isn't going to be a long live, but I don't want to jump too far ahead. But 2 hours later, let's break this down a little. Now, are you guys familiar with the Michael Crow case? That is a case that Chris McDonough, and I looked into his case pretty heavily. Chris McDonough was one of the detectives. He used the Reed technique on a 14-year-old boy who was completely innocent of killing his sister. If it was up to Chris, this guy would be locked up for life. It was proven he was completely innocent. It's an extremely interesting case. There's a movie on it. There's a made-for-TV movie on it. There's documentaries on it. Look it up, Michael Crow. It really speaks volumes as to who Chris McDonough is or was as a detective. Okay, not bashing him. I'm sure he's got a good record. But a lot of people are under the misconception that, and I'm not saying this about anyone in particular, I'm saying in general, as a general statement. And of course, it's not going to apply to everybody. It's only a select few. But some people are under the misconception that the police, retired cops, retired detectives are here because they want to be. No, they're here to make money. And the general public falls right into it. Not all of them. Again, let me stress, not all of them. But as a general rule, if they have monetization on, they're here to make money. And when I see 12,000 people in a live, I'm sickened that people don't see this bullshit for what it is. and people inserting themselves into things. If you don't think they're doing it for money, you're sadly mistaken. If they weren't doing it for money, they'd be like Tiffany and not even have monetization on. But some people are fooled. I want to know, again, I'm giving an overall. It doesn't include everybody. I know certain people donate a lot. I know great. Okay, now for all Tiffany haters. So September 26th of 2021, Tiffany was not monetized. I know there's been a lot of debate, but that just came out. So when this video was made, Tiffany was not monetized on Summer Wells. Ray Hughes donates a lot, but he's not a detective. I believe Duty Ron donates a lot. So again, this isn't everybody. But one of the reasons I stopped following Chris Madonna is I asked in Discord, and I'm sorry I'm not looking at chat, but I asked in Discord, I said, how much has he donated to the Summer Wells Fund? You know, all this money he's making hand over fist, how much has he actually donated? I got booted for it. Really? Yeah, I got booted for it. And I got an answer of, well, he donates his time. Who gives a fuck about his time? We all donate our time. He chose to do that. Nobody told him to go there. He chose to go there. So that is my, and I haven't spoken about this publicly. Patreons and stuff, no, but I really haven't spoken about this publicly until the bullshit I saw tonight. Because again, I expect it from Critical K or Jay. I didn't expect it from Chris, although I should have. So he had turned around, and I just want to know how much of all this money he's raking in that he's donated to the Summer Wells Fund, Brian Laundrie Fund, anything. You know how much he's donated? A big fat fucking zero. That's right, a big fat zero. With his 12,000 people and everything else, and everyone suckered into believing that he's something he's not. He is doing this for money, just like everybody else. All the cops that are doing it to earn money and nothing else. They see one earning so much money, so another one comes on. Hey, guess what? You could build a YouTube channel. You could make money with your experience. Again, let me stress, because I'll say it 1,000 times. Talking about Jay is for justice. But I stand by all of this, and this was fucking 2 years ago. I totally stand by all of this. I don't know why more people don't see this. Like, why more people didn't listen to me 2 years ago when I called this motherfucker out. At the time, Chris had 12,000 people watching him. I had a few hundred. And let me tell you, the entire fucking community hated me. The entire community turned on me. To this day, I have yet to get one apology. Times, not everybody, but a lot of people. So, with that said, tonight happens. And with tonight, he's got over 12,000 people. Yeah, he's just like any other YouTuber. He donates to his own foundation. Okay. So he then makes a clickbait title that says, I found, or something along the lines about finding Brian Laundrie's secret Twitter. What? So I happen to look. Now, I was there at the very end of his live because I didn't see my Twitter messages until then, but it was at the very end of his live that I happened to catch on. So then I backtracked because he was ending. So then I backtracked and I saw that he was showing somebody's personal Twitter account. And he picked up certain messages from this person's Twitter account. And I'm sitting there going, that's not Brian. Have you even bothered to look at the account? Or did you just scroll through it and pick out stuff that could possibly relate to anybody on the road? Yeah, that's what he did. But to clickbait this with 12,000 people and show this person's Twitter, you can tell it took me 30 seconds to look at 5 posts of this person's account and know that it wasn't his account. I don't even think it's a male. I'm pretty sure it's a female account. You can tell in the way they're writing. And again, I'm not a detective. I've never been a detective. I have no credentials of being a detective behind me. And yet, within 30 seconds, not even 30 seconds, probably 15 seconds, I knew this wasn't possibly Brian Laundrie's account. So please explain to me, Chris McDonough, why you told 12,000 people that this innocent person's account is possibly Brian Laundrie's secret Twitter account. It doesn't even look like a male behind it. Trek, T-R-E-K, is a bike company. That's a bike that a lot of people drive. I own one. That's a lot of people ride them cross country. So a nomad, what does nomad mean? Nomadic is a very popular name. A lot of people carry that name. Nomadic Trek isn't fucking Brian Laundrie. And Brian Laundrie is not sitting there posting pictures of Gabby. And he's not, hanging out, posting while the whole fucking world is looking for him. But yet, here's Chris posting this person's account, posting his or her private, not private, but Twitter account. And then you have the comments of everybody warning this person, like, look, this idiot just went live with 12,000 people watching and showed your Twitter account. This person is an introvert. Chris implied this person is a homicidal killer. Seriously, this is what Chris was saying. That just because this person's an introvert, that makes them a homicidal killer. So now this poor person's Twitter account, people think maybe that is Brian. And this person's going to get heavily fucking attacked over this. Why? All I hear is Michael Crow. Yeah, but Strawberry, don't you understand when you put something like that out to 12,000 people, you don't think people are going to fucking attack them? You don't think this poor innocent person is going to get attacked? Are you kidding me? Full on hypocrisy. How could you even fucking compare? This is like stupid. How do you even compare showing somebody's personal Twitter to 12,000 people saying they might be a killer to me saying about who called CPS on me? Are you really this fucking stupid? Like, you must be this fucking stupid. He shut his comments off now too. I'm sure he did. I was so ticked off when I seen this. He is so wrong. It's ridiculous. You don't do that. This person, Brian Laundrie, is not just some stranger. The whole fucking world is looking for this guy because we believe that he killed somebody. He killed America's sweetheart right now. Probably the most loved missing child out there at the moment. The whole world is looking for her. Was looking for her. And now the whole world is looking for him. And you put this out there to 12,000 fucking people. Guys, wake up. Chris is doing this for money and money only. He don't give a shit about you, me, subscribers, nothing. So anybody that's fooled by him, stop being. This video was made on September 26th of 2021. And I'm playing this video because a lot of people are first finding out about Chris. Well, there's a lot to Chris that people should have seen 2 years ago, and he wouldn't be in the position he is in now. That's why I'm playing it. Being so fooled by him. Because it's just making, like, people like this innocent fucking person on Twitter. Now this innocent person is going to get attacked for being a fucking serial killer. Or being a killer. Or being a psycho that the whole... Spitfire, he actually was. He lost his channel. He lost his entire channel because of this. But then he got it back. But he was hurt. The whole world is looking for, and there's this account just posting on Twitter pictures of Gabby. Get the fuck out of here, Chris. Shit pisses me off. It is so irresponsible. It's his own foundation. He is bored on that foundation. It's some person. It looks like it's a female. Perplexed 101. It looks like it's a female. It all they do is post pictures of Gabby saying how fucked up it is that this happened to her. The FBI across tons of state lines are looking for Brian. Do you think he's sitting there posting on Twitter? Like, are you fucking that dumb? I can't with dumb like this. I just can't. This shit pisses me off. And it pisses me off that there's 12,000 fucking people watching that are in awe by the lies he says and the bullshit he says. I'm sorry, but this shit gets me heated. Heated. Hey, Bless. All right, hold on. No, he showed who it was. What? He showed who it was. Oh, you're saying that's the real people? No, I don't think so. Yes, that person. Thank you, Cindy. And yes, Twisted Dayton had a wonderful birthday. She is being used for money. The exploitation is insane. It's absolutely fucking insane. But I don't only blame the creators because you have the subs that are in there. You have the lab who is so far up Chris McDonough's ass that he can probably smell his ball sack, and he's got 2,000 people in there. I don't get it. This isn't like a jealousy thing. This is, I don't fucking understand. Oh, okay. Either way, we still know it's not her. I mean, it's not him. People leaving messages. People all over the person. It linked back to a huge YouTuber who go on the fucking responsible. Run with it. Thank you, Tinker. 30,000 subscribers in like 3 months or something, I was told. But I happen to like him. He's got a dry sense of humor. That case, which is kind of funny because maybe I'm wrong, but that's not the impression I get from him like I do everybody else. Not everyone else. Out Gray Use per se. I'm just throwing them out there because they're two on my mind. You know, and then guilty. You told 12,000 people who this person was. Or not who they were, but who you think they could possibly be. They could possibly be the biggest killer, the most wanted killer right now. They could possibly be Brian Laundrie. That is so unprofessional and so second grade. Again, I expect that from Critical K or J's for Justice or something like that. That's who I expect that shit from. I never expected it. I wouldn't expect it from Duty Ron. I wouldn't expect it from Gray Hughes. I wouldn't expect it from Chris. I wouldn't expect it from that. But here we are, and now this person's being fucking targeted. And possibly have to shut down their Twitter account. Great job, Chris. Great fucking job. Hey, Cinnamon Hot Hot. I agree. Disgusting. Now, exactly. For 1 second that he can't make a phone call and say, hey, is this true? Okay? And they'll confirm or deny. Because I know retired cops that can still call in, or, you know, high ups can check with info coming. I did it. More than you deserve. This is a girl. I mean, I'm sorry. This is a girl. People hand over foot, throwing money at him, believing his bullshit when it's nothing but clickbait bullshit. It's fucking aggravating. First, and I liked what he did at first, but as I said from the beginning, he wasn't helping find Summer. He was fucking trying to build a channel, plain and simple. You know, what did he do? Nothing. So he went and interviewed them. I could have done the same thing. I should have. You know, like, he didn't do anything. He didn't help. He's not on the case. He didn't do jack shit. We're not any closer now to finding Summer than we were fucking before he interviewed them. Not at all. All he did was make it worse for the parents. Made the parents look even more shady. There were several purrs from Burning Man, nothing to do with... I know it's not BL. Even made a comment quite a few months. Speak about their own narcissistic behavior. They don't. That's a female thing who's been burned by somebody. Highly unethical. I agree. Thinking of what you're going to say without responding verbally, without offering suggestions or brainstorming solutions. Hypocrite that JW is. Without knowing context. Because I'm already back to August. There's nothing wrong with this person's account at all. Like, literally nothing. Here. I agree with that. Not true. Chris Son died in a car accident in his early 20s. That's what I thought. That's what I think. Time of year. There's a video.
You want to know why? Who just said that? Red. You want to know why I stopped watching Nancy Grace and all of them? Because they use Chris McDonough as a knowledgeable source. They use Jennifer Coffindoffer as a knowledgeable source. Neither one of them have ever come out with anything that I haven't said before they even said it. Jennifer Coffindoffer, I don't know how this woman was in the FBI, but she literally scares me with her fucking stupidity. She really does. Her and McDonough, the way they talk to people, the way they speak to people, the idiotic answers that come out of their mouths, this is what's in the FBI. Oh my God. The world is in serious fucking trouble. Because I cannot believe the shit that comes out of their mouths. Jennifer Coffindoffer sits up on panels on national TV and says absolutely fucking nothing. I have never, ever heard somebody speak so much and say nothing. Say absolute nothing of substance. I don't get it. I will never get it. Why can't you say anything of substance, lady? She repeats like what the cops already said. And yet, people look at her like an icon. People look at her like, oh my God, she's just so smart. Really? What did you learn? Because honestly, I have never learned a single thing that came out of her mouth. So I just stopped watching all of them. Because you know what? I'm not learning anything. I already know this shit. Tell me something I don't know.
I hope I don't get hit for it. But there's a video one of my Patreons posted, very interesting, about the place that they've been looking and why they shouldn't be looking there. Let me see if I can pull up the video.
Horses, and we looked for areas
About a secret Twitter account from And that's where he is now. He just has to hope that the third party never says a word. Or he left the house and he committed suicide. Own egos. No idea he said it went to me. Yeah, that's so dumb. Yeah, they fucked up. This is not about Gabby. This is about their egos. I don't care what anybody says. They fucked up big time. And they know it. You know, and a lot of people have, like, you know, I understand that Gabby became America's sweetheart for multiple reasons. But she wasn't a big YouTuber. When the story first broke, they had less than a dozen inquiries into her, looking into her. But it started going more and more and more, and then everything picked up. I read a whole thing on it yesterday. They don't. Especially after she's been cremated. Okay. Now I have final video that I could find. This was the day before the other video or the day after? I swear I changed my shirt. This was actually after. Let me make sure it's not the one. No. Alright. Told you it was the Wayback Machine. This was the 27th. The other one was the 26th. So this is the day after. I have no idea why I'm wearing what looks like the same shirt, but I own a lot of black shirts. Unless it was later on that night. Maybe it was later on that night. One of them and one of the first ones. Lori, while you said that, I looked it up because I knew it was a man, and I don't know if he told that lie. Know this? I just found this out today. I guess if you followed the Summer case, you would know this because of everything that transpired. That's all I'm going to ask. And not one time, not once, has anybody leaked anything that they shouldn't. We got helicopters going. We got everything. At no point are any of the media or news people going to do anything that's going to hinder an investigation. Nor are they going to do anything that or say anything that can be used against them. For example, I hear, especially now, a lot of the newscasters or the news reporters are very, very specific on saying Brian is only a person of interest. Brian has an arrest warrant, but not for the does. And we only get what the media would F full of shit. The point is, nobody, and thank you, Teflon, nobody is going to blast on social media that this is really him. If let's take a look at Chris McDonald's Twitter. What? Surprised. I really am a bit surprised. Cap anymore. This man's ego and head is way too big for his channel. Because he can't be wrong. He can torture somebody all day long. Whoop. He can torture somebody all day long. He now put a target on this person's back. What if the FBI shows up at this guy's house? What if, I mean, Twitter can find out where you're coming from. Even if you use a VPN, Twitter can find out. So, or the FBI can definitely find out. So he now put a target on this guy's back. Then he says it's confirmed that it's Brian Laundrie. Chris, nothing is confirmed it's Brian Laundrie, you fucking liar. And again, if it was Brian Laundrie, he would never be announcing this in public. So then I hope this guy sues his ass off for defamation. And what if something happens to this guy? What if this guy, he lives in a state, I don't know who he is or she is, but let's say this guy lives in a state with open carry. Let's say Texas. Let's say this guy lives in Texas and he's in an open carry state. And he walks out of his house with a gun in his hand, because you can do that. You can do that in Alabama too. You don't have to have it concealed. You could walk around with a gun in your hand. So I'll use my state. Let's say he lives in Alabama. He walks out of his house with a gun. He's going to a gun rally or whatever. And he has a gun in his hand. The cops and FBI show up at that time. Who's to say he's not going to get shot? Think about it. Or somebody goes to his house to harass him, and he's not Jamie. He's not going to keep a gun in his holster. You show up at his door, he's going to put a fucking bullet through your head. Why wouldn't he? Chris, can you live with that? Because that's what you're doing to this person. And again, I don't know if this person's a guy or a girl, but how dare he put targets on people's backs for no reason? Just because, there are so many nomadic somethings all over the place, all over Twitter. There's tons of nomadic somethings. There's tons on Facebook. There's tons on TikTok. There's tons on Instagram. It's van travel. It's life on the road. It's nomads. For him to put targets on Jamie's back, where Jamie now has to have a gun and worry about his family because he's allegedly in a sex ring with Don Wells. Now he puts this guy or girl as a target on her back when all this person's doing is just talking on Twitter. The fact that he's doing this is vile. There's no other reason to do it than his ego and clicks and views and money. Because I can't understand why this professional cop, this cop that has such a great track record, but has such a great track record, whose ego is bigger than what's her name's channel? His ego is bigger than PewDiePie's channel. And he sees nothing wrong with it. He thinks it's perfectly okay. Then you have people that believe his bullshit and toss him money and think it's perfectly okay that he's lying to everybody. No, it's not okay. And I know a lot of people are scared to call him out. I got nothing to lose. I don't have 10 million subs. I really don't. I don't have anything to lose by doing this. But somebody's got to call this motherfucker out, because this is insane. Insane. I would be a total hypocrite if I sat here and said that Chris McDonald is, fights for the innocent and everything else. No, he doesn't. And I would be a hypocrite if I allowed it and didn't call it out, because I do fight for innocent and I do fight for people's rights. Unlike him, whose ego is so big that he doesn't give a fuck. Now, one thing I did learn, surprisingly enough, because I thought more states adopted, like Wisconsin, about a juvenile cannot be interrogated without a attorney present. Well, as of May of 2021, in the state of California, a police officer only has to advise them that they can have a lawyer. They don't have to have a lawyer. And we're talking like 14-year-olds. To this day and age, as of May, they still don't have a law in place like Wisconsin that says that no juvenile can be questioned without an attorney or a parent present. So I'm very surprised in today's day and age, California has not changed yet, but it hasn't. So back in the 80s, there was a case by the name of Stephanie. There was a little girl that was murdered. Put a 1 in the chat if you're not familiar with the Michael Crow case. Just put a 1 if you're not familiar with it. Named Stephanie Crow. when Chris McDonough was fucking with people during the Summer Wells case, when he first came onto the scene, a lot of people posted a video of when Chris's ego called into a radio station after he was wrong. There's about a 7-minute video that shows a clip of the interrogation, the disgusting interrogation that this liar did. And I'm going to show you guys this clip. I will give a warning. For some reason, they keep repeating this one part about Chris saying how he was not involved. It kind of gets annoying, but I think they do it for a reason, because Chris was involved. Chris was sued and lost over this whole case. There's a movie on it. There's a made-for-TV movie on it. Excellent, excellent video called Excellent Movie, called The Interrogation of Michael Crow. Chris McDonough played a big part in this. But watch this man's ego as he calls into this radio station after Michael Crow, this 14-year-old boy, was found innocent of killing his sister. Okay, hold on. Oh, does she, Erica? And before I play it, let me say this. My brother's a cop. My ex was a cop. Not my ex, my first husband's family. I have family that are police. I have the utmost respect for police. I believe police. I will never not believe police. So I don't want anyone to think that I am like a police hater at all, because I'm not at all. When, a lot of these websites came out, I always gave them the benefit of the doubt. George Floyd, I gave the benefit of the doubt until I was proven otherwise. So I just don't want anyone to think I'm anti-cop, because I'm not at all, at all, except making a murder of cops. I'm anti them. So if you're not Manitowoc, then I'm all right. But I want to stress that. I'm very pro-police, very pro-blue. All right, let me get this. All right.
On the same day the case is dismissed, Detective Chris McDonough calls into this radio show to defend his role in the interrogation process.
I did not wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning and sit down and say, you know what, today's the day I'm going to plant and frame Joshua Treadway for murder.
Well, I don't think that
ridiculous.
Anybody... Detective McDonough, I don't think anybody is saying that this is born of hostility rather than stupidity.
If I may finish, secondarily, on top of that, videotape it at the same time.
Did you hear that ego? Even the the radio station is like, is this guy's ego kidding me?
It's ridiculous. I am in a job to bring justice to that family, but I'm also in a job to bring justice to Mr. Tuitt if, in fact, he is not the perpetrator.
Do you think those detectives crossed the line?
Okay, let me tell you, Mr. Pruitt was guilty. In my eyes, in the world's eyes, he was guilty. But here's Chris protecting this drug addict who most likely went into this person's house and killed this 9-year-old girl. But that's who Chris is worried about, not the 14-year-old that he made false confess. But listen more.
In those
What's
moments,
your definition of crossing the line?
doing what you're not supposed to in an interrogation.
I don't think this was an intentional thing on their part.
Never confessed. He just gave the police what he thought they wanted to hear.
I think the Escondido Police Department acted within the scope of their responsibilities, absolutely.
Though he wasn't there for the most grueling part of the interrogations, Chris McDonough sees things differently.
I think not being there, so I don't know what they were thinking, so I'm not going to, guess.
Before giving the truth verification test, Detective McDonough actually works together with Michael to formulate the questions.
What are some things we want to learn here, do you think?
If I know who did it, if I did it.
Okay, well, let's do that then. Do you know who, let's say, took Stephanie's life?
No.
Okay, would that be a good, fair question?
Yes.
Okay, do you know who took?
Let me also add, this is a 14-year-old kid whose sister was just murdered. Okay? 14 years old. His sister was murdered in a house. He's separated from his parents. Now this is the 80s. It's, I think, 84 or 87. So, techniques were different then. But yeah, 14 years old. There's no way you can sleep at night talking like this with a 14-year-old.
Do you know how she died? No.
Soon the test questions are agreed upon, and McDonough asks Michael to sign a form declaring he's about to take the test voluntarily.
Though he wasn't there for the most grueling part of the interrogations, Chris McDonough.
See, that's the part that they keep repeating over and over, and I think because that's like Chris's excuse of why he lied and used a read technique on a 14-year-old. So just watch.
Sees things differently.
I think not being there, so I don't know what they were thinking, so I'm not going to, guess.
So Michael's interrogation continues. All the while, his parents assume he's being looked after at a children's shelter, unaware he is in police custody.
They just kept grilling and grilling and grilling, and to think that we were at home not even knowing he was near the police station. If we would have known, we would have been there.
Now, however, Michael seems almost relieved to be cooperating and submits readily to the voice stress analyzer.
Though he wasn't there for the most grueling part of the interrogations, Chris McDonough sees things differently.
Are you sitting down? Yeah. Do you know who took Stephanie's life?
No.
Is today Thursday?
Yes.
Brittany, on to something about what? The Crow family sued all of them and got multi-millions for it because he's a liar.
Did you take Stephanie's life?
No.
8 minutes later, the truth exam is complete.
Though he wasn't there for the most grueling part of the interrogations, Chris McDonough sees things differently.
Go over these charts and I'll be back here in a couple minutes, okay?
When we come back, what will the voice stress exam reveal? It is 4 p.m. Thursday, January 22nd, 1998, and 14-year-old Michael Crow of Escondido, California, is in the midst of a 4-hour interrogation.
All right, I was wrong. It was 1998.
At police headquarters without an attorney or his parents present. His younger sister Stephanie was found murdered at home the day before, and investigators suspect Michael may be involved. He has just completed a voice stress exam. Yes. Now, Detective Chris McDonough returns with the results.
I think not being there, so I don't know what they were thinking, so I'm not going to, guess. What did you think? What were your thoughts through the whole thing?
I don't know. Nervous.
Nervous? Okay, let's go over that. What were you nervous about?
I don't know, that it might be wrong.
Okay, in what way?
And it might say I did kill Stephanie.
Okay, and why would it say that?
I don't know, because everyone's already treating me like that.
Well, and I can understand your feelings there, okay? I mean, you're 14 and you've been through a lot, okay? But this instrument doesn't know you, does it?
No.
Science is in our favor. Okay, technology's on our side. Okay? I mean, can you understand that?
The detective shows Michael the charts of his performance on the so-called truth exam. They indicate he lied when he answered no to question 12, do you know who took Stephanie's life?
Maybe there's...
Though he wasn't there for the most grueling part of the interrogations, Chris McDonough sees things differently.
Something we need to understand about Michael and about your sister that we didn't understand, and maybe somebody could have helped. It's okay. It's okay to feel the way you feel.
I really
okay, but
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know why I'd say that. I swear to God, I don't know.
But the police think they know. Their theory on this second day of the investigation is that a very smart, very lonely, and very angry Michael Crow stabbed his sister to death.
Brittany, do you have any kids? Because I guarantee you, if I kept Dayton in a room, my 14-year-old, if I kept him in a room for hours on end, I can convince him that he just committed murder. Hours on end. Just me and him in an interrogation room and me earning his trust. As smart as he is, I will guarantee you I can convince him that he just killed his sister, even though his sister's perfectly alive. That you can't use these techniques on a 14-year-old. You just can't. Their brain isn't developed enough. Their psyche isn't enough. This kid just walked into his sister's room and saw blood everywhere. Separated from his parents. They're left in this children's home while the parents are elsewhere. And they took him separate from his little sister and interrogated him for days. Days. You can do that with any 14-year-old. I tested this a couple years ago. I'll explain that after.
Death. His likely motive, a rage-fueled case of sibling rivalry.
Though he wasn't there for the most grueling part of the interrogations, Chris McDonough sees things differently.
Looking at you right now, okay, and inside you're about ready to burst. We can't bring her back. She's gone. Okay? You're fighting it. You're
I don't know what to do anymore.
I understand.
You know, I'm being told that I'm lying.
I'm not saying, Michael, I'm not saying that. Have you heard me say that? What if they come back and say to you, Michael, we have your hair?
Though he wasn't there for the most grueling part of the interrogations, Chris McDonough sees things differently.
They say, Michael, we have your hair in her hand. And all of a sudden, you go, now what? I mean, what are you going to do at that point? I mean,
at that point, I would have to have completely blanked out and did it without knowing it. Because I don't know.
Okay. Hypothetically. Could that have happened?
No, not that I know of.
Not that you know of.
Like I said, I would have to be completely unaware of it.
Okay. Have you ever blacked out before?
No, never.
Okay, I believe you. I believe you.
If I knew who did it, you would know. Everyone would know right now.
Okay, why?
Because whoever did it, if I ever find out, I'll hate them forever. I loved her. I loved her deeply.
Soon after, Michael Crow once again is left alone.
Though he wasn't there for the most grueling part of the interrogations, Chris McDonough sees things differently.
The next thing is to convince the person that their situation is hopeless.
All right. So Tiffany says, hold on. All right. Tiffany says, Chris never said that Jamie was in a sex swing with Don. I don't know who told you that. Don said his coworker Jamie saw him the day Summer disappeared. Chris thought he meant Jamie Wilson. Okay, but somebody showed up to Jamie's house with a gun, thanks to Chris. So I heard that from a couple of people. He felt horrible and he fixed it? No, he did not. He did not fix it. He waited weeks to fix it. And then instead of doing it on his own channel, he put out some kind of community post. Does he feel horrible about what he's doing to the guy on Twitter? That he's lying out of his ass? Does he feel bad about that? I didn't say it didn't happen months ago, but the one on Twitter is happening now. That's why it was brought up. Yeah, Chris don't feel horrible at anything. You don't read my second comment. I didn't see your second comment. I saw Laura. I didn't see your second comment. What he did, when I saw what happened with Michael Crow, I was livid. And I mean fucking livid. I said I have zero respect for anybody that fucks with this man. Not subs, not Patreons, not Tiffany. I wanted no part of anybody that fucked with this man. Now, mind you, again, this was 2 years ago. 2 fucking years ago. And his channel just kept growing and growing and growing. I was like, why is nobody seeing what I'm seeing? Why are we the only people calling this piece of shit out? I don't know. To this day, I don't know. And now all of a sudden, people are calling him out. Maybe should have called him out 2 years ago. I don't see a second comment. Hey. I'm going to put you on speaker. All right. All right. Tiffany on the phone.
Okay. So this is what happened. And this happened, I want to say, about almost 2 months ago, around 2 months ago. I might have the time a little off. I've gone down to...
Why wouldn't he correct it on his channel?
That night. He corrected it that night. So that night, he was already scheduled to go on mass. Now, I don't know. You'd have to ask Chris. All I know is he cleared it up that very night that he got my text message. So when he went on Unmasked, he made sure to do it that night. He wasn't going live on his channel. He already had a scheduled live with Unmasked, so that's where he cleared it up.
Okay, but Unmasked doesn't get 12,000 people. He does.
Yeah, they do.
No, they get like 4.
No, Laura, that's not true.
All right.
Well, anyhow, I don't know how many people were viewing that very night. I know Jamie is still upset about it. I don't know what to do about that. And then everybody pulled out the Michael Crow stuff. What you're playing right now, where'd that come from? Betty?
The Michael Crow?
The video that you're playing right now.
Oh, I've had that for a while. I studied the Michael Crow case.
But Chris wasn't even an investigator. He was conducting the test. He wasn't the one interrogating.
Oh, yes, he was. He was called in.
He wasn't.
He was called in. He was also sued up the ass for it. He was called in to help. And he lost the lawsuit along with the rest of them.
What's going on? Why are you angry with Chris?
What?
Why are you angry with Chris?
Because this person on Twitter, I cannot believe what he's doing to this innocent person on Twitter and then doubling down. Saying that it's confirmed it's Brian. No, it's not. You're a fucking liar. And you're doing the exact same thing to this person. What are you going to do if someone goes after him? What are you going to do if the FBI now fucking harasses this guy because of your bullshit? That's fucked up. You don't do that. You don't target innocent people and then double down on it.
Laura, I have a direct line to him. Do you want to talk to him?
I would love to. I would love to know why he's doing this. I would absolutely love it.
He's a good person. He's not. I mean, yeah. Try to reach out to him. He would. I'm sure he would talk to you.
Okay. I would love to talk to him.
Yeah, I don't want to see this happening.
I understand.
But what I wanted to make sure that you knew was that he didn't say that Jamie was in a sex ring. He just he accidentally got the wrong person because Don said Jamie was at work with him and he was his alibi. So Chris was like, oh, what the heck? So he thought it was Jamie. But when he found out that it was not Jamie Wilson.
I'm just curious, has there ever been a time that Chris has been right? Because he seems to accuse innocent people all the time. So I'm just curious if there's ever been a time that he was right.
he went, like I said, he went to his Twitter, he went to his Discord, and he said, I'm so sorry. I had no idea. I'm correcting this right now. And
for those of you coming in late, this video is from September 27th of 2021.
I know Jamie's still upset about it. Like I said, I don't know how to fix that. I understand he's pissed. But I don't know what to do about that. But I do know.
Wait, hold on, Tiff. You do realize that Chris's Twitter is locked down. Like, the public can't see it. So him apologizing on Twitter means absolutely nothing.
I don't know if it's private or
I looked. It is.
He made that. It might be private now. I know he closed his Discord. I don't know if it was private at the time. You know who you could talk to? Triggered Minds. Trigger Minds has been. She's actually pretty friendly with Jamie. I think Jamie's mad at me, but I don't know. But anyhow, the point of the story here is that he did apologize to him, and he did he made several public statements, and I just don't want you to have the wrong information and think he didn't care about it and he let it just go and never said a word and didn't correct it, because he did. As soon as he read my text,
I wonder if Tiffany's story would change today. Tiffany, where are you?
Message. He went immediately to it wasn't quick enough, obviously, for Jamie. He was very upset, and it took, I think, 2 days for Chris to see my message. So for 2 days it was a little bit hard to deal with for Jamie. And when Chris finally did open my message, he literally answered me and went straight to Twitter, straight to Discord, and he promised that when he went on with Unmasked, he would make a public statement, and I watched him do it.
Okay.
I just don't want you to think that Chris is out there being reckless, not giving a shit about making a mistake. He definitely cared.
He definitely cared, but he could have got this person killed, literally. And then what was he going to say? I'm sorry? It reminded me of the Michael Crow, that he tried to put an innocent 14-year-old away for life and then try to protect the real killer.
I think he was doing his job. I really do. I've gone through all this. I've watched it happen. I've watched them attack him with the Michael Crow case. I really think, Laura,
Yes, Red. That's why I think this is funny. Hearing her, and I wonder if her story would change now.
Listen, this is your channel. I just wanted to clear up the thing about Jamie, and listen, if you want to talk about Michael Crow, go ahead, but I do know that Chris cleared up a lot of misinformation about the Michael Crow stuff too. He put it out pretty quickly, because people started digging that out.
Yeah.
I don't know. I really don't. I don't know. Try to contact him, Laura. Try to talk to him before jumping to conclusions. You'd probably really like Chris. He's a good person. People make mistakes. It happens. I've made them. You've made them. We've all made mistakes.
Okay, but listen to me. I understand the Jamie thing, and I'll even give it that it was a mistake. I'll give you that, okay? It was a mistake. Even though he didn't correct it on his channel, out of respect for you being my friend, I will totally go with it, all right? Tell me why.
Don't go with it because I'm your friend. I wanted you to know that he definitely did take to the platforms that he had to correct it. He didn't go live on his channel that night, so it didn't happen on his channel. But he did make a statement on Unmasked. I watched it. So just know that I wanted to make sure that you had the right information and that you didn't have it wrong and nip it in the bud. You know what I mean?
And I appreciate that. However, Chris has never apologized on his own channel But that's not even my biggest issue. My biggest issue is what he's doing to this Twitter person. This Twitter person is not Brian Laundrie by any shape of the imagination.
I didn't even see the Twitter. So I've been all over the place today, so I have no idea what happened with Twitter. But
okay, well, let me explain. He accused somebody of being Brian Laundrie. He showed the channel name on his live last night. He showed text messages from this guy's Twitter or girl's Twitter. And he accused him of, because he's an introvert, he's a homicidal killer. And he went public with this to, 100,000 people? And then, to double down after this guy blocked him or girl blocked him, saying, this is a joke, I'm not him, or I'm not Brian. And he goes on today to say how he's taunting the police, how this is Brian, and he makes a cover that he has confirmed that this is Brian. Confirmed. Blatant fucking lie.
Well, wait a minute. So let me ask you this. Okay, Chris is saying that this is Brian. What proof do we have that it's not?
There's a lot of proof. One is common sense. If you read the guy's Twitter, it is definitely not Brian. Or I think it's a girl, actually. It's definitely not Brian. And it takes 10 minutes to look through it and know that it's not Brian. Besides the other stuff that I said earlier, that if it was Brian, let's say it was Brian, as an investigator, he would never out this on his channel before the FBI could track it. So right then and there tells you it's not him. Because no reputable person would do that. No reputable cop, FBI, anybody. Nobody's going to do it.
Your title is so harsh.
And that's how I feel. Because him saying that he has confirmed that this account is Brian is complete bullshit. And he now put a target on somebody else's back with his bullshit. There is no confirmation. That's like I said. What?
Send me where's the Twitter account?
Which one?
What's it called?
Nomadic Trek.
Nomadic Trek? Is there any kind of underscore or anything?
No, just Nomadic Trek.
T-R-E-K?
Did he what?
Yeah. T-R-E-K?
Yeah, TR, like the bike. The Twitter account has been active since 2016. Brian would have been 17.
Okay.
But trust me, it's not Brian. Logic, just like I said in the beginning of the live, logic alone as an investigator, because I'm not an investigator. I never have been. I play one on YouTube. But an investigator is never going to out the information like this to the most wanted man in America. You don't go live on something like this. That's like when they said that it's guaranteed that Brian, that this other Twitter account led to Brian. No, it did not. It's absolutely disgusting what he's doing to this innocent person.
That it doesn't lead to Brian in any way, that this person
Nope.
doesn't have anything to do with them?
Nope. This person, if you really track it, leads to a YouTube account with almost 1 million subscribers. If you really want to track it, it leads to a woman and a man YouTubers with huge following, like almost 1 million. Somebody showed it to me yesterday.
Well, I don't know much about it, like I said, because I haven't watched the video that he put out on it. But anyhow, I wanted to clear up the thing about Jamie. I do know that Jamie's still mad. I've seen he's upset, but I just also know that when I told Chris about it, he immediately corrected it, and I don't know. I don't know.
Well, he needs to correct this and pull down his video that got like 100,000 views that says that it's been confirmed that it's Brian Laundrie.
Well, I have no control over that. I don't know what's going on or what he knows, whatever.
Now put this in perspective. Imagine if I did this. Imagine if I put out a confirmation that said, I know I have, I don't know what killer, all right, I have Summer Wells. It has been confirmed that Summer Wells is in my backyard. And then to find out it's only clickbait and I'm totally lying. Where do you think my subscriber count would go? Do you think people would watch me after that? Then again, knowing this community, it'd probably, push me up to 100,000 subs. Fuck, it did for Chris. He doesn't have information. It is clickbait lie. Because if you go in the video, he says possible. His whole title is clickbait. And it's just bullshit.
In the video that it's possible it's him. He didn't come straight out and say it was definitely
Well,
him.
he did on his title. His latest title says, this is confirmed to be Brian Laundrie. If that was the case, the FBI would be all over it. It's a fucking blatant lie. Blatant lie. The FBI would be all over it. Everybody would be all over it. Actually, full on hypocrisy, I've never done clickbait titles.
It's not that I don't agree with Laura. I'm letting Laura know what took place and what happened. This isn't me disagreeing with Laura.
I agree.
This is me letting Laura know what happened so that she's not giving.
For those coming in late, I'll say it again. What's up, Bless Mom? This is a video I did calling Chris McDouchebag out back in 2021.
Giving the wrong story, and then a bunch of people are going to run with that Chris said something about Jamie that he never said. Okay? That's why I called Laura, because I care enough to make sure she's not putting out the wrong information. Jean Lewis.
I just heard the story today. I didn't even know a lot of the story, so I'm not a problem. Like, I don't have a problem with you straightening it out, because I didn't even know the whole story.
Yes, Jamie was a mistake. I just said that. Jamie was a mistake. And Chris completely went, like I said before, I don't know, maybe people are just coming in. He went to Twitter. He went to his Discord and made sure. I watched this happen. I was there. I literally watched this happen. He went to Twitter, went to his Discord.
And this right here is why I was shunned from the Summer Wells community. Because even though I was friends with Tiffany, I was calling out Chris McDonough before anybody did. I think there was one other person calling him out at the time, but calling out somebody that they all looked at as a total fucking icon kind of gets you shunned from the community. Nobody cared what I had to say because I called out their almighty God, Chris McDonough.
And he went on Unmasked the same night and put out a public statement. I mean, Jesus, it's not like he ignored it and never corrected it. So, geez, have a little people. Have people never made mistakes before? Paying people.
Yes, but he's repeating the same mistake on Twitter. He's doing the exact same thing again. The exact same thing to somebody who can't even see his stuff because Chris has his privated. That's the biggest pussy move I've ever seen. You go after somebody on Twitter and then yours is privated? Come on now.
Well, I don't know. He's dealing with, he deals with a lot of trolls, and I know that he deals with a lot of assholes, so I would keep my Twitter private, too. Why let people on your Twitter so you have to fucking babysit your Twitter all day long? Who has time for that? Jesus, it's bad enough having to control your comment section with some of the trolls that come out of the woodwork.
And I agree with you, but not when you're targeting someone on Twitter to be the most the most wanted man in America right now. And you're targeting some innocent person on Twitter saying that you confirmed it's Brian. That's insane.
Okay, so Chris's title says, hold on, I'll go look. Hold on a second. Let me look at his channel. It says what Brian Laundrie's possible secret Twitter account.
Then there's another one. There's another one.
Okay.
That was the one yesterday. But then there's one today that says it's confirmed to be Brian.
The only one that I see, Laura, I swear.
Oh, did you take it down?
I see what Brian Laundrie's possible secret Twitter account reveals 108,000 views. It says possible secret Twitter account. Brian Laundrie's secret Twitter account confirmed. Secret Twitter account. I don't know, Laura. Just. I don't know what Chris knows. I don't know what information.
I don't know how I missed it, but she read it out. She just said it.
He has, and I think you should talk to him.
Okay.
Why not?
Nomadic Track said, sorry, not BL. Hate to disappoint. Chris McDonough, Greg Cooper, the interview room are whacked. Tune out these goofballs. I'm just a traveler and retired law enforcement officer with a daughter near Gabby Petito's age. Like many, this case has touched me. And you know what? I 100% believe him. But let me see if that video. Hold on.
All right, play the one from today. Can you play it?
Yeah. It says, Brian Laundrie's secret Twitter account confirmed. The interview room.
I know. I just don't want to speak on it blindly because I didn't see it.
65,000 people have seen this video. 65,000. Hang on.
All right, play it.
I am. It was 3 minutes before. Oh, because the ad. I was like, why is it only showing 15 seconds?
I'm Chris McDooch. Welcome.
Okay. He sure does say it's laundry. Okay, so he's mad because Nomadic Track blocked him. I would have blocked him too.
Okay. I'm trying to watch through the screen. Okay,
So then Nomadic Track puts up a post that says what's his name, stay home. Nomadic Track said only difference between the old days and now is that instead of a bunch of crazy talk happening and quietly on park benches, it's on social media. Unsubscribe and don't support crazy old farts ranting and raving delusional musings, justifying pathetic lives. Okay. Which, now again, this guy was targeted. So he has every right to say that.
Targeted. I think it's Brian that's targeted. I don't think the guy is targeted. The Twitter account, I don't think that it's the Twitter account that's being targeted. I think it's Brian Laundrie who's being targeted.
Okay. Then there's a post from an Andrew Messawinner. It says, by some LEO guy who does not know his agency using a fake account. Shows a completely different account with 6 contributions, 1 following, 0 followers. This is not his account. I don't even know what this is, but it looks like some kind of...
It's a misery winner to me.
Okay, but there's more than one Nomadic Trek in the world. I mean, there really is more than one. I know that sound not for you, but I understand that Chris's mind thinks there's only one in the whole world, but there's more. Trek is a bike.
Who's Perplexed 101?
Oh,
Why are they throwing donuts in the chat?
It's from one of my mods. I think it's one of my mods. I have to check.
Wow.
So then they put on, they do this again, and they show an address or whatever. And then he puts that it's in Bayport, New York. It's showing an address in Bayport, New York. Okay? What he doesn't show is when this alleged account started. He forgets to show that.
Okay. And Bayport is where? Long Island?
Bayport is Long Island, yes. But she's from Blue Point, not Bayport.
Right. But it's what? What county is it?
It's Suffolk County. So is Bayport.
County, so.
Yeah, Bayport's Suffolk County too. It's like Blue Point, Bayport. When they're referring to certain things. But this Andrew Messerwinner or whatever. Okay.
Laura, how far is Bayport to Blue Point?
It's not far. It's like, but
5 minutes?
everything on Long Island is connected. I can't really explain, but it's like all connected.
Literally, right? I'm pretty sure it's right on top of one another. So
They're connected.
Do you think there could be a connection here at all? Like, are you sure?
No, I think it's a troll.
Right.
And who's Andrew Messerwinner? Educated opinion, I agree with that 150%.
I think it looks like it's kind of it looks like misery winner to me if you were to really look at it.
All right, listen.
I don't know who that is. I just saw the name.
So let me backtrack a minute, and maybe I can explain it this way. All right, when he showed an account, this is not the Twitter. Like, he didn't backtrack the Twitter. He only backtracked some yodel, what's it called? Like Yelp. It's with Nomadic Trek. I guarantee you there's multiple Nomadic Treks out there. Guaranteed.
All right.
But this also tells me, being there 6 contributions, 1 following, I bet those contributions happened yesterday, and this is probably a troll.
Like all the trolls.
Now, you have to remember, he just put out some random person's information, and this is going over 60,000 people's heads. This video, I think, got over 100,000 views. And what he was doing, just totally random targeting this person over everyone's heads. You should have seen the comment section. It was like, oh my God, Chris, you're so amazing. You're the best, Chris, blah, blah, blah. Aren't you a fucking detective and you're like clueless?
Trolls in your chat right now?
Some of them, yeah.
Yeah. Well, either way, I don't know about all of this, but I do know about what happened with the Jamie situation. While it might not be a favorable situation and Jamie is upset, I do know that Chris did try to correct it, and he did apologize. I can't speak to whatever's going on at this current moment, but when I heard you say that he accused him of being in sex trafficking with Don, I'm like, oh my God, that's not what happened. So I just wanted to make sure that he knew what had happened with that. It was just about him working with this Jamie guy. A different Jamie is not Jamie Wilson. And like I said, Chris made sure that everybody knew it wasn't Jamie Wilson. It was a different Jamie. Michael Crow, I personally have my own feelings about that. I think Chris was doing his job. That is my takeaway from the situation. This situation I don't know enough about, but I wouldn't discount it. I'm sorry, especially if it's coming out of, you said that it's coming out of Bayport, right?
Yes, but let me also say this. Brian no longer lives in Bayport. If that's where Brian grew up, then that's where Brian grew up. But the fact that he's putting out this person's address on a video, now if we do that, well,
He put an address out on the video?
Yeah, he put the address out. That's why I just shut it down. He put out Brian's address and he put out Brian's old address. That's not a responsible cop.
Brian's address?
Yeah, Brian's address. Brian's old address, too, that Brian no longer lives there. And I don't mean the one in Northport. I'm saying the one in Bayport.
Well, yeah, because he's probably trying to connect the dots.
Yeah, but somebody lives there. And, all right, let me explain it like this. Somebody lives there right now. And he's saying this nomadic track lives there right now. So now you just put a target on that person's back, whoever lives there currently, because you're saying this other person lives there because it showed that that's where this other person lived. Like, and then he puts out Brian's address, which I think everyone knows anyway, but.
Well, I think he might be trying to connect the dots with this Twitter account.
But okay, but listen to me, Tiffany. If he was a respectable cop, why is he bringing this public instead of going to the FBI? Isn't this FBI material? If he was so right, wouldn't he have brought this to the FBI and have them connect it?
I think he definitely reported it where it needed to be reported.
And obviously they told him he was out of his mind, which is why he brought it public. Because there's no other reason he would have had it public. When you have the most wanted man in America, where everyone is looking for him, you don't put something like this out public if it really was him. You would have kept your mouth shut. As a cop, you know that. As a non-cop, I know that. Certain things, you just keep your mouth shut. You know, if he would have gone after him. Cinnamon, you're not blocked.
This one has 1,562 followers.
Yeah, that's the guy's Twitter or girl's Twitter. He had 600 yesterday. He had 643 yesterday.
Okay.
And and he's deleting a lot of stuff. He's not he's deleting a lot.
Who is?
Nomadic Trek. He's not putting up with the bullshit. He's deleting a lot of crap.
Like deleting his own posts or deleting comments?
No, people that are bashing him or saying that he's this or that, he's just kind of laughing about it. His responses to things prove it's not Brian. Just his responses alone, you could tell is not Brian. And Chris put it out. He's taunting police.
Well, Chris is saying, I'm reading the description on this video right now. He said that...
Again, for those coming in late, this is a video from September 27th of 2021. So I don't want anyone to think Tiffany's, standing up for him or this is new. This is all super old.
He's been sending cryptic postings of Gabby Petito after her death and continues to taunt police and the public. What is this guy posting?
He's not posting anything. That's what I'm trying to say. He's not posting anything. There's nothing. I mean, he posts the same stuff normal people are posting. Rest in peace, Gabby, and you were beautiful. Like normal shit. There is nothing cryptic about it. Nothing at all.
He said, since he exposed the account on 9/26, Brian has taken down an eerie tweet showing Gabby's van changed a North Carolina photo on the account and posted a response. to Chris, it appears that Brian used a fake name and phony birthday, age 37, to set up the account. The account does belong to Brian. He will be captured.
The account does not belong to Brian.
How do we know that?
Because we know this. This is not Brian Laundrie. If it was, the FBI would have told Chris to keep your fucking mouth shut. It is not him.
I know. I'm asking you.
I'm totally wrong? No, I'm totally right. I'm 100% right.
Pretend nobody is listening to us right now. Do you have proof that that's not Brian Laundrie?
Absolutely.
Where?
Because it looks, when you read this person's post, one, it sounds like a female, but two, it's not Brian's personality. If you watch the interrogation video and you watch things about Brian and you watch, it's just not Brian. You can tell the person is older, the person sounds more educated, and to me, the person sounds female. So I know.
Well, I will say it's a bit odd that this person's coming out of the same area.
No.
Legit.
Whoa. The person is not. I want you to do me a favor and go ahead and Google nomadic track. See how many pull up.
They're 3 minutes from one another.
Yeah.
Literally 3 minutes.
Nomadic track. Pull it up on Google. There's tons.
Oh, I'm sure there is. But he showed this one. Like, he's actually showing that.
No.
Well, anyhow, either way, you do your thing, but I wanted to make sure that I came and told you, and I was writing paragraphs and you couldn't see that other one that I wrote, and I wanted you to know that he did correct what was said about Jamie. And I know he felt bad about it. He was very sincere and he was very genuine. And when he spoke with me, he was very sincere and he was very genuine. He said, I'm going to fix this right away. And he made it a priority to fix it right away. That's just what I know. And what I know of Chris, I've had nothing but good interactions with him. He's always been kind.
Junebug, so what am I wrong about? What do you think I'm wrong about? You came in here saying you're totally wrong. Please tell me what I'm wrong about. That the Twitter account was Brian Laundrie? That's a hard no. That he fucked over Michael Crow and got sued out his ass? Yeah, that's true. So please tell me what I was wrong about.
He's caring, or he does it. Really good things for people. He is running the Cold Case Foundation. This man will give the shirt off his back. I understand that you're saying he's making a mistake right now. Okay, put that aside. Even if he is making a mistake, I just think that from creator to creator.
No, Tiffany hates him now. She's been calling him out.
Like I said, I have a direct line of communication. Reach out to him. Email him. I could reach out to him and ask him if he wouldn't mind talking to you so that you could talk to him yourself. But, I mean, just maybe hear him out or go into his live next time he goes live and ask him, a few questions, or maybe he could clear some of your questions up. That's all. Because doing it this way is never going to lead anywhere. It's not going to lead to answers or get a response. And I don't want to see you going after Chris. And
I wouldn't have said a word if it wasn't for what he's doing on Twitter. I would have never said a word. But when you say that that he apologized, I know he owns the fucking foundation. I agree. That he apologized. And yet now he's doing the exact same thing to somebody else on Twitter is fucked up.
I know I don't know, like I said, I don't know enough about what he knows. I should not speak on it because I don't know enough, you know. You obviously have been watching. I didn't watch this today, so I didn't know. I literally just looked at it now. I just wanted to make sure you knew about Jamie.
And I appreciate it.
All right.
All right. I'll call you later.
Bye.
No, nomadic is two different people. That's two different people. Phoenix, just make sure you shut the windows. So, okay. So Tiffany is not only my friend, but she's also my mod. I've known her for a long time. So that's why you guys were getting timed out, because she's still a panel guest, even though she was on a phone, but she's still a panel guest. So that's why you guys were getting timed out. So I apologize, but I would time anybody. That is the biggest bunch of shit I have ever heard in my entire fucking life. Junebug, if you're that stupid, you need to go elsewhere. People that are this stupid do not belong in my chat. And here's why. Okay? Chris McDonough made videos about it. He spoke about it publicly. Benny did not steal anybody's fucking account. Get over yourself. Anybody that tells you that is a fucking idiot. So if you really believe that, I feel sorry for you, because I can't believe that somebody is that fucking dumb that would believe something that ludicrous. No, Benny didn't take over his account and do it up. That is the dumbest shit I ever fucking heard. Chris McDonough spoke about this on his lives. Chris McDonough spoke about this out of his own mouth. Go back and do your history. Out if they were going after a guest. So, no, that's two different people. There's Jamie, that was somebody else, and then there's the guy on Twitter, which I don't know his name. So, besides the fact that Benny is a drug addict, not a fucking tech-savvy guy who could steal someone else's account. No, you said Benny took his account. Benny didn't have anything to do with it. Nothing. Zero. Benny is not smart enough to have anything to do with it. He's not a tech guy. He's a fucking drug addict. Wrong with YouTube. People care about friendship instead of the truth. Well, we're not going to see eye to eye on the truth. We're just not. I see one way. She sees another way. She was trying to explain Chris's situation with Jamie because, again, I don't really know the situation. I just heard it today. But we're not going to see. Yes, I have an email. PURPLEXEDQT at gmail.com. But Junebug, again, this came out of Chris's mouth. There is nothing Benny could have done to set him up. It came out of Chris's mouth. Benny has nothing to do with it. Nothing. I'm dumbfounded that somebody could even come back and say that Benny had something to do with it. Thank you, Crystal. Chris went live. Chris named the guy on a live stream. How could that have anything to do with Benny? I cannot even believe what I'm hearing, what I'm seeing. I'm dumbfounded. Literally dumbfounded. Junebug, would you like a link? Because I will gladly give you a link. Alright, let me check. I don't have anything from you. Maybe it went to spam. No. Alright. Deed said there was a rumor going around at that time that Benny had hacked him and got his channel shut down. Neither were true, but of course BK played it up and went along with it. That makes more sense. So let me repeat that. There was a rumor going around at that time that Benny had hacked him and got his channel shut down. Neither were true, but of course BK played with it and ran with it. Unbelievable. I agree, Band-Aid. Dumbest thing I've ever heard. Yep, people are still believing it as fact. But I did not get an email from you. Yeah, Deets, how is your grandson? BK has hacked an ex-detective and made him target a Twitter account and not go to the FBI. That's what I was trying to say. Let me explain this again so people really understand this of what I was trying to say to Tiffany. If a cop or an ex-cop or anybody turns around and says, I'm sorry, and believes that they found the most wanted man in America, don't you think he would have gone to the police? Wouldn't a cop tell you? Like, literally, wouldn't a cop tell you that we found Brian Laundrie and not do it on a live? Are you really this dumb? Like, I'm sorry, but this is just dumb. I still can't believe people would buy that. Oh, I'm so glad, Deets. Hey, Mother Bear. Yeah, he wouldn't put it on his YouTube channel first. It's just stupid. And he did it all on his own. It had nothing to do with Benny. He got shut down for what he did on Twitter, in my opinion. And he doxed people. That's what got him shut down. And again, for those of you tuning in late, that video was from September 27th of 2021. Buka snoring. It was a long time ago. No, I have genetic testing tomorrow and then my tattoo, but I have genetic testing tomorrow. I have appointments all week. I won't know anything until genetic tests come back. But I have to do like consultations all week. And I have a breast MRI on Wednesday. That gray screen, that's what I'm trying to figure out. We all heard it from CM's own mouth. He kept pushing that narrative. It had nothing to do with Benny. Like, nothing. And I'm no Benny fan. Believe that. No Benny fan. But to think that people are running with that, is that what Chris told you guys? Are you guys that dumb that you believe what Chris is saying? It's the fucking craziest thing I ever heard. And honestly, I never even heard that rumor. But that is just the dumbest shit I've ever heard. There is nothing anybody can present to me that's going to make me believe otherwise. I heard Chris with my own ears. It is why his channel went down. That's what I thought. But like, I literally heard it with my own ears. Right out of Chris McDonough's mouth. And then he doubled down again. And then he doubled down again. It had nothing to do with Benny Keys. And I'm sorry that you have believed that for the last 2 years. I really am sorry for that. I was going to say, I mean, the only thing we're waiting for is twofold. We're waiting for the genetic test to see if I have the gene or not. And the second thing is the breast MRI to see if it's spread. As of now, nothing is spread. It's not in my lymph nodes. Could that change? Hopefully not, but I'm not worried. I'm sure the first MRI was fine, but they want to do a full scan just to be sure. But I'm not worried about it. Genetic testing, I'm worried about. But educated opinion, were they really helpful? They didn't release it. They didn't give any information. Well, that's funny, Deets, because this video I made September 27th of 2021. I'm excited to get my tattoo tomorrow. A little nervous. I wanted to pick up numbing cream, but I don't even know where to get it. I know you could order it on Amazon, but it's a little late. But I'm excited for it. I never liked him. There was something about him that rubbed me wrong from day one. I mean, I shouldn't say never. I did like him for a minute. And then I realized what a phony he was and what a fraud he was. I was like, fuck this. And I got shunned from the entire community. But my point was, this goes back to 2021. It was a long time ago. And the man has not changed at all. No, they can, but she said, like, wrap it in numbing cream for, like, 2 hours. And it'll help. She said she has spray. So hopefully it works. Because I have a feeling it's going to hurt. Yeah, but educated opinion. But did they? No. And I just can't believe that this man is a guru on a guru in fucking not Court TV. Yeah, Court TV, Banfield, Nancy Grace. It's disgusting. They should be like totally ashamed of themselves that they think he's a good person and a good person to speak to about cases. The man is a fucking moron. No, they have spray, but what I'm saying is she was telling me to keep it on there for like hours so it really numbs it out. That's what I'm saying. It was very unprofessional. He's an ex-detective who's a fucking idiot. Jennifer Coffendorfer is an ex-FBI agent, and she's also a fucking idiot. So there's that. Waxing is more painful? Yeah, but it's on my underside forearm, so I'm a little nervous, but I agree, Grace. Oh, totally agree. But I'm going to get off because I am tired. I was getting tired before. Numbing cream, more high risk of blowing out the ink. Yeah, but it's going to hurt. I mean, I can pinch myself there and it hurts. But I'm excited to get it. I sent her pictures for her to draw up exactly what I want. And we'll see. Me and Sage were looking during dinner tonight, and I thought about getting a phoenix, and then she said I had to get a sage plant, but I thought about getting a phoenix, but when I look at different phoenixes, it's too big. I was like, that would be up half my arm. I'm not doing that. So we're going to stick with the butterfly. I want to see proof she was in the FBI. Deets, I said that earlier. That's exactly what I said earlier. I said she has to be the dumbest person. I've learned nothing. Out of everything that comes out of her mouth, I've learned absolutely nothing. So I agree with you on that. But between her and McDooch, both of them are like all over Banfield, and now Coffindoffer is like this well-known. Oh my God, you're an idiot. I am getting, oh, you didn't see it? I have like a mock-up one. I'll show you. Like I created a mock-up one. All right. Does it always show this one? All right. So it's something like this. It's similar to this, except the colors are going to be different. And it's going to be like that. But these are ones that I did. Like I just took the idea that I wanted and kind of created it in Canva. So it's going to be like those combined with that kind of butterfly. Like I like the writing on this, so I took the writing. I don't like this flower, but I do like this butterfly. But I want watercolors. So it's kind of like all three of those combined. And let's see what she comes up with. There's a butterfly. So I took all of these and combined it. No, I'll never regret having it. It's my new life. My new reel. But I want it, I like the way the red is carried over. I want it more pink than red. You know, one thing I wanted to get Fight Like a Girl somewhere, but there's nowhere to put the words. Like, it would be all the way up my arm. So I found a tattoo artist that actually did this exact flower. So where, you know, the idea came from this. I like this butterfly. I just want watercolors. I have a few tattoos, but I mean, I got them when I was like 18. Me too, Deets. So that's what I'm getting tomorrow. And she agreed with me. She liked this butterfly. So I just want to change some of the colors on this so it matches the pink more. So that's that. Yeah, this is like the one I designed. That one and the other one. Where is it? That's the original. No, I don't want... There's not enough room for words unless I want to make it bigger and bigger and bigger, and I really don't want to do that. It's pretty much going to be from my elbow to my wrist. It's too much. Like, I didn't even want to go that big, but she told me that you have to when using watercolors. Otherwise, in a year, it's all going to form together. So really, the bigger, the better. So I said, okay. Oh. So after my genealogy, I have to head up there. So I will let you guys know, but I'm going to get off and go to sleep because I have been really good and I'm going to bed early. I've been passing out by like 12 o'clock every single night because I'm trying to get more sleep because my blood pressure was high last time I went. So, I want my blood pressure to be low tomorrow. So I will see you beautiful people tomorrow. And don't forget, you can always Cash App or PayPal for tattoo money, honey. The more the merrier. Every dollar counts. And I will see you beautiful people later.